Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tech Talk with Dan Hurley, episode number 142. Does SMS messages advertising work? Recorded on March 26, 2019. I received I've received a lot of questions about this recently, and all of a sudden it kind of ramped up past few weeks here. So I thought I might kind of nip this in the butt in one shot here. So anyway, in case you're new to my YouTube channel and podcast show, I'm Dan Hurley. I got over 20 years of experience of internet marketing and solution consulting. I help countless businesses with their succeed online, with their websites, their internet marketing, SEO, social networking, email marketing, a lot more stuff. This YouTube channel and podcast show and everything else that I do here, it allows me to help more businesses to succeed. If you can find links to the YouTube channel, the podcast show, the Facebook page, all the other stuff here, and details about all the episodes of Tech Talk at primeconcepts.net. That's primeconcepts.net. While there, please leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, podcast show, all the good stuff, like the Facebook page. You know the drill. Thank you very much for doing all that. Greatly appreciate it. Now, the topic here, does SMS messaging advertising work? Well, let me tell you a little story here. There's this guy I met who is selling basically timeshares to yachts, of all things. Not, a unique business. They have several locations around the United States, I think overseas too. Novel idea. Basically, instead of having to buy a yacht or a boat and take care of it and maintain it, you basically lease it or timeshare it. And you use it whenever you feel like it, put it away, and deal with it when you want to get back to it. So now, for whatever reason, this guy here, he wanted to reply and respond through text messaging. He got sold some service there, and he was very, very adamant about using it. And I when I came around, he was really refusing to do anything else. No email marketing, no nothing, just text messaging. He thought, in fact, all the other stuff was old technology, didn't work anymore, and kind of blew everything else. I says, okay, fine. His problem there is his managing of the text messaging. His message was to be fired off in the middle of the night and really pissed off everybody. He couldn't figure out why, and it didn't stop sending. Some people said, no, stop sending the stuff that mean in the middle of the night. And his message system kept on firing off in the middle of the night. So instead of being a means to touch his new clients and prospects and keep them warm, he's really pissing them off and running them in the opposite direction. So that said, text messaging. The good part about SMS messaging is it's a very direct way of getting people's attention. Fire it, too. You fire a text message, you're going to look at your phone, no matter what you're at, where you're doing. So, and the bad part about it is extremely interruptive. So basically it should be a and so if you're this is the problem with my colleague here, not colleague, but this one guy here. He was firing off general sales BS in the middle of the night, and people are getting woke up and trying to figure out what that's going on. Could it be their a friend or relative in trouble, something like that? Turns out to be somebody trying to sell timeshares to yachts. So it didn't go over very well like that. So that's it. Also, too, I saw some of my colleagues have been pushing this a lot lately, saying, we got to do text messaging. Well, I have a text message service myself, been able to provide this service for a few years now. Relatively inexpensive. This, along with other stuff, is about $50 a month. So pretty darn economical. Why I don't push it more is because it could be like very invasive if you don't know how to do it right. A lot of my other colleagues look at text message, SMS messaging as the solution for internet marketing, all that stuff, where I look at as another solution. You use this along with other stuff. You definitely, from my perspective here, you definitely want to make sure you have permission, exclusive permission, to send text messages off to these folks. You don't just simply put them on a mailing list and fire off. By comparison here, let's say if you do email marketing, which is something I kind of lean towards here, I can fire 2, 3, 4, 5 emails in the middle of the night. Nobody's going to care. Okay, I'm not going to wake anybody up. All this stuff. Probably annoying when they get up in the morning. But really, it's not going to be invasive like text messages. If I do one text message at the wrong time of the day here, it's going to be annoying. It's going to piss people off. Much more so than a bunch of spam mail by comparison. So, or email. So, that said, you use text messages in specific situations. I think, for example, Harbor Freight Tools does a pretty good job at it. They fire off this message about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the middle of the day. And they do it very sparingly, maybe once or twice a week at most. And it is pretty effective. By comparison, this gentleman here fires off air like that just about every other night, which is just way too much. So you got to be, that said, if it's best to be restrictive on how you use this form of advertisement, it's going to be a challenge trying to penetrate a larger market with this, and with that form of marketing. So, like I say, it should be a part of a marketing plan and not the marketing plan, which a lot of people try to promote. So that's my 2 cents. And I encourage my colleagues to chime in on this and prove me wrong. But that's what I'm thinking about with text messaging and stuff like that. I think I think there is and let me go a step further here too. There is a what's called the beacon system here, which is similar to text messaging here. Google and iPhone and Apple had really pushed this technology forward. Whereas if your phone goes to a certain location or a certain area, these little beacons would trigger the Google phone or an Android or an iPhone, and with a text message saying, "Hey, whatever, you're close to my restaurant, or you're close to this shoe or whatever," something similar to SMS messaging. Google kind of shelved that project. So basically the theory is there's a lot of untapped marketing resources in our smartphones nowadays. However, it can be overused and abused very, very quickly. So Google has taken that beacon project and kind of shelved it for the time being. Same thing with iPhone. So that said, like I say, what I'm trying to get to here is a lot of technology is already out there. And unfortunately, it's not a good idea to use a technology for the sake of it being the technology. And unfortunately, a lot of people are using the SMS messaging system in that fashion. It's the latest and greatest thing, so we're going to push that and forget about everything else. So once again, I ask my colleagues, prove me wrong on this. Okay, as the you folks out there, the small business owners, all this stuff, you got my opinion on this. I think it's something that can be looked into along with other things and come up with a prudent marketing plan that encompasses text messaging, email, websites, SEO, the other stuff here, and not just specifically one solution. So anyway, that's my 2 cents for now. Let's see here. In the meantime, here while we're at it, I'm going to close this out. Visit my website, primeconstant.net. Bookmark the page. Subscribe to the channel, podcast show. Share this show and everything else with friends and colleagues. Leave some feedback, first and foremost. Okay, I'd appreciate you doing that, and also leave some questions. That's how I come up with these shows is your input. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you folks for watching, listening. And good luck and Godspeed to your online success. We'll see you later.